Hello and happy Transfer Tuesday. Transfer Tuesday is the day of the week where we move our money in the right direction no matter which financial goal we are working toward and no matter how much we can afford to transfer or contribute. Today is the first Transfer Tuesday of April, so happy April. I do have a couple of transfers to talk about from the last week, and then I will make another transfer. Before I talk about those transfers though, I do want to give a quick plug for my monthly newsletter that I'm starting this Friday. So I've always had a newsletter, but I haven't been consistent with it. But now I'm doing my first Friday finance newsletter, and this is going to be on a monthly basis. It's going to be the first Friday of every month. And of course, we're about to have the first Friday of April. So if you are interested, I will have that link down below. It's going to be random updates from myself regarding finances, any interesting reads that I come across throughout the month, important topics with finances, and just general financial tips. It's going to change, of course, from month to month. Quite a few of y'all have already signed up, so thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I'm excited to see where this goes. All right, so I'm first going to talk about my investing, and that would just be my 401k. I did get paid on Friday, March 29th. Whenever I get paid, I also contribute to my 401k, and up through that Friday, I was contributing 32% of my salary. So that is $940.80 from me. My company matches 6% of my salary, so that is $176.40 from them, and that's a total of $1,117.20. I will be giving an update on the final balance in my 401k for March in my March finance update video that will be up on Friday this week, so stay tuned for that. But there is going to be a minor change with my 401k going forward. So y'all know that last Transfer Tuesday I received my bonus, which was very exciting. From my bonus, I also contributed 32% to my 401k, and I knew that come my final paycheck of March, I would have to adjust my contribution. Now, I was thinking it would drop by like 2% or so I would drop to 30% or something, maybe even in the 20% range, like 28 or I don't know. But after looking at everything, it's really just looking like a 1-point drop. So instead of 32% per paycheck, it's going to be 31%. So not a major change. It's like $50 less per paycheck. And that will allow me to completely max out my 401k through 2024 and still receive my company match. Now let's talk about my savings. So last Transfer Tuesday, I started putting money toward my emergency savings. I'm still not too sure about this. I don't really know that this is where I want things to go. But yeah, I guess that's kind of where I've continued to put money. Last week, my emergency fund reached a balance of $12,478.01. And I did go ahead and make another transfer when I got paid because, typically I make a transfer when I get paid. And I actually only did a transfer from one of my checking accounts, and that would be from Truist. I had $250 going to my Truist checking account, and I transferred that whole $250 to my emergency fund. The $500 that I have going to Regions, I put that toward taxes, and then the $250 that I have going toward Chase, I just transfer that to my Bank of America checking account so that I would have extra funds or just if I needed to pay for anything. And I'm actually really glad that I did that because later on Friday, I filed my taxes and I owe money. We'll talk about that in just a moment though. Let me talk about also the interest that came through in my emergency fund since that's what we're focused on. Obviously the interest came through on all of my sinking funds in Marcus by Goldman Sachs as of the end of March, but for my emergency fund specifically, in my Marcus account, the interest that I received was $49.36, so that obviously helped to grow my emergency fund. Something that I'm probably going to do this month or the next month is close my Discover Savings account and also close my Citi Savings account. Last week when I first mentioned my emergency fund, I shared how I have it split across 3 savings accounts. I opened the Citi account and the Discover account for bonuses, and one of them has a requirement in it to avoid a fee, but I think I would just rather it all be in Marcus because 1, I'm earning the most interest in my Marcus account, and 2, I just don't really like having it split up. At this point, I've had the accounts open long enough that I should have no problem closing them and keeping the bonuses that I earned. So I will get to that at some point. I'll keep y'all updated, but right now I do still have the bulk of it in Marcus, and then like 1,500 something in Citi, and just a couple dollars in Discover. Now the other day I logged into my Buy Me a Coffee account, which is like a support platform that I always have linked in my description, and I realized that I missed a piece of support, and I'm so sorry about that because I think this should have been mentioned in last Transfer Tuesday. She sent me this on like March 21st or something. And that would be from Natalia. So she bought me 5 coffees through the platform and said, "Thank you for inspiring me to keep up with my budget." So I'm so sorry that I missed this, Natalia. I really, really appreciate it. Those 5 coffees are worth about $25. So I haven't made that transfer yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now for today's Transfer Tuesday video. I haven't received the funds from that yet, from Buy Me a Coffee, but that's fine. I'll just do the full 25, and then that's just coming from my main checking account, going to my emergency savings. So let me pop the confirm page up on the screen. Now that's going to be all that I'm transferring to my savings today because, like I mentioned, taxes. I did file my taxes on Friday. Throughout 2023, of course, I always pay my quarterly estimated taxes. That's what you're supposed to do if you earn money on the side or if you're not having taxes taken out for whatever reason. Now, last year when I filed my taxes, I got a refund, but I was annoyed because I think it was my state taxes that were tied up for several months, maybe 3-4 months, and that really bothered me because it was like $700 something and the government had it, and that's my money. I didn't like that it wasn't being paid out to me in a timely manner because they expect you to pay it by April 15th. Y'all know how the system works, but I didn't like that. So throughout 2023, I decided I would pay a little bit less than I typically do for taxes so that I do not receive a refund for 2023. Now, obviously, I was completely aware that I was doing this, but I didn't expect to have to owe as much as I do. And that is $2,311 for federal. That's not that bad. Like, I'm going to be able to cash flow that. That's fine. But that just means I'm not going to be able to put as much toward my savings this month unless I receive, a bunch of extra income from my business or just from extra income in general. I just don't see that happening though. Not enough to make up for it anyway. So the bulk of my extra money this month is going to be going to pay my taxes because I also have to pay, like I have money set aside for my estimated taxes, but I also have to pay that for Q1 of 2024. On the state side of things though, for Georgia, I'm actually getting a refund still. So it didn't even work out. I'm getting like a $450 refund from Georgia. In the grand scheme of things though, that is not that bad. When I was going to file my taxes, I guess I was kind of just hoping I would owe like $1,000 or less. I didn't really know what to expect. I expected something, but not over $2,000. But that's still not too bad considering my income for 2023. I had my highest earning year overall. It was like $120,000 something. But between what I put to my 401k and then my business expenses, that really helped my tax burden. So it definitely could have been worse. And, I'm grateful that I'm able to cash flow it. It just kind of threw me off because now I'm not going to be able to put as much towards savings, but that's okay. At least I finished my travel sinking fund in March and I wasn't expecting to do that. So yeah, this month might just look a little bit slower for Transfer Tuesdays. It's probably going to just be smaller transfers and that's completely fine. So let's look at a summary for today's Transfer Tuesday. First up, my 401k, $23,000 is the goal. That's how much we can put for all of 2024. Did my $940.80 from my final paycheck of March, and obviously that's going to go through the end of the year. Nothing to my travel sinking fund. That's just still on here because this is my tracker from all of March. Emergency fund, the goal here is $18,000 this year. Friday from payday, I transferred to $50,000. Sunday, I had that interest accrue in my Marcus account and also Discover. I think I forgot to mention that. That was 1 cent, $49.37. And then just now I transferred $25. Huge shout out to Natalia for that. And again, I apologize for the delay. So altogether saved $324.37 this week to my emergency fund. I now have $12,802.38, which means I'm $5,197.62 from my goal. So that's it for my Transfer Tuesday. Please comment down below what you did to move your money in the right direction, no matter what amount that was. Thank you all so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.